Learning to code is an incredibly complex task. Code has so many parts. One great way to figure out how to move forward is to scale up, to get a bigger picture view, to help balance what you currently know with what you would like to. The beginning of my understanding of balances stems from a talk that I attended by a choir professor. He was giving a keynote talk for an organization's all hands retreat. This was meant to round their troops around creativity. They were at the convergence of technology and art. Here, he was trying to frame the basis of how he taught his students to help set them up for successful careers in an artistic profession. He saw this in a balance. This meant measuring the distance between two contrasting points. Once you've identified those extremes, you can start to measure where you are in order to find out meaningful steps to push forward. This is incredible not just for learning to sing better, but also learning to code. On one end of the spectrum, we have emulating or copying, and on the other, improv or finding your own way. Finding your balance between these two is incredibly important. As some people, such as myself, have a tendency to stay on the far end, staying on my own way. I want to help find my own way by default. This is not typically a great way to start out when learning something you've never done before on your own. This sets you up to make the same mistakes as so many others have. If you're on the other side of the spectrum, emulating or copying people you trust and look up to, essentially working off of their ability to help adapt to the places you would normally get stuck. This helps avoid things you do not understand and do not aid your larger goal of learning to code. You do not have to know everything to move forward. They are successful for a reason, and you can find the meanings for those reasons as you emulate and eventually find your own voice. Allowing yourself to experience creating without knowing the explicit rules gives you that muscle memory to attach to the many terms that you learn along the way. Bending the rules or conventions means so much more when you understand the why and have experience behind that. The balance is found when you yourself can leverage equal parts of emulating others and equal parts your own voice, or also known as creative solutions. Emulating may feel like grunt tasks or even be called that by others around you, but it aids a further appreciation of creating consistent content. It means pushing the ball forward just as often as you find new ways to play. Spending time with copying and spending time improving allow you to find your own personal balance, aligning with what your goal is, or to find a new inventive solution, or to find a personal balance. Take, for instance, the first time you're given a task you just fully don't understand yet. Maybe your default behavior is to search online for the answer. This is perfectly fine, as this helps you understand that next time, for the sake of balance, you could try to find the solution on your own. These could be your extremes or thought of as your contrasting points. This understood variance in experience will help be a consistent footing as you're driving through the levels of understanding code.